the name of this perfume house suggests a lot about the perfumes that its creator actually makes, which was one of the things that drew my interest. And this was one of the most interesting, I think, of the entire line, and I wanted to share my review of it. This is a perfume called Masculin Feminin, or Masculine Feminine, if you want to sort of anglicize it, and it's by the house of Jolie Laide. Here's my sample. It comes in this nice little roller ball, so it's not one you sort of pour out, but you can actually rub it on your skin, which I really like because you can control its application so much more. More people should do this. Anyway, the perfumer behind the house of Jolie Laide is a lovely lady by the name of Heather Kaufman. Jolie Laide, by the way, is, if you don't have any French, it's a French colloquialism for unconventional beauty. So the whole approach behind the line is to sort of find the beautiful in the everyday, or even to find the beautiful in the not conventionally beautiful. If you're familiar with the Japanese Buddhist concept of wabi-sabi, which is the beautiful ugly, sort of that, just in France. Jolie Laide is a botanical line that, quote, combines natural scents that are luscious and odd. And this is a definitely, I don't want to say it's odd because that makes you think that it's bad, but it is certainly is different, and different in a really wonderful, nice, refreshing way. So the perfumes are made with only botanical ingredients and in small batches. And if the name didn't pique your interest, something about the names of her other perfumes might. So see if you can guess a common theme between these names. Masculin Féminin, like I already said. A Beau de Soufflet. Jules Jim. Well, in case you couldn't figure it out, and I guess most people don't have interests as weird as mine. So these are all some of the great masterpieces of French New Wave cinema. Done in, most of it was done in the very late 50s or early 60s. So French New Wave cinema, Nouveau cinema, is a big interest of mine. So the names really sort of popped out at me, drew my interest even more, and I just had to try them. So I got my hands on some samples. A little bit about Heather's background. For 7 years, she actually studied with the renowned botanical perfumer Mandy Aftel, who's the nose behind Aftelier perfumes. Many of Mandy's students have gone on to make big splashes in the perfume world, both online and off. So Heather is one of her students. May of this year, 2016, will mark the third anniversary of Heather's perfume premiere at the Artisan Fragrance Salon in Seattle. To be really honest, I find nothing laide, or just the French word for ugly, by the way, find nothing laide about Heather's perfumes, despite the name. I think it's all Jolie, and I was eager to want to review Masculin Féminin, which is based on the 1966 film by Jean-Luc Godard that features a ménage à trois, a love affair between four people. And really sort of, this was the perfume that I liked the most and wanted to share the most with you guys. So, notes for Masculin Féminin are Mate Absolute. Mate being the green tea that is kind of popular these days. Rooibos, which is a red tea, which is made from an African bush, the flower of an African bush. It has sort of some earthy qualities. Jasmine sambac, white cognac, and red mandarin. Fragrantica classes this as an oriental floral, and I would say okay to the floral, not so much with the oriental. Oriental sort of communicates to me that it has cinnamon, clove, these sort of darker spices to it. There is a bit of spiciness here, but I think most of it comes from the mate and the rooibos tea. There's not really anything I would call spicy. They're citrus-like, there are floral-like notes from the tea. That's where the florals come from, and from the jasmine. But coriander, clove, allspice, cinnamon, I can't detect any of that if it's in there. So, and that's fine. I think that would have made the perfume too complex anyway, because it's already beautiful as it is. So, as soon as Masculin Feminin goes on the skin, you get this faintest hint of mandarin orange, which opens things up. And then that's gone pretty fast. And then you're left with this really beautiful, smoky, black-green tea combination that has a lot of different facets. It's floral, it's smoky, it's tea-like, it's earthy, you have this mandarin thing on the top, so it's a little bit citrusy with a bit of sweetness. It's just really, really beautiful. The tea isn't too much mate, which is sort of green, leafy, verdant, springy, nor too much rooibos, which is sort of nutty and earthy. There's jasmine sambac too, which I can easily pick up on. And it can really easily dominate a perfume too, if you're familiar with jasmine sambac. You really have to sort of hold back the reins on it, but this doesn't take over in this perfume at all. I don't get any cognac at all, which is fine. I don't like boozy fragrances. I don't like boozy notes, so that's good. The notes come together in a way that I don't think perfumes that use many synthetics could. This is all natural, like I said. The perfume is not a fresh scent itself, but its ingredients sort of have a sharpness and a crispness to them. Maybe this is just the tea that can't be manufactured in a factory, I don't think. You get this sense that what you're putting your nose onto is a really wholly natural creation. And of course it is, because, it's all botanical. The mate rooibos combination contains a really fine balance in itself. I love tea notes, and I love deep, rich black tea and lighter green tea. And the combination with the jasmine just works. It just does something really nice on your skin. So I thought this was a really new, interesting, playful idea of what a tea scent could be. In the distant chance that you don't reside in Alphaville, there's another French Nouveau film for you. Bad joke I had to insert there. You can buy samples and full bottles on Heather's Etsy page. And if Masculin Feminin doesn't speak to you, I don't know how it couldn't, but if it doesn't, you can check out her other perfumes, which really run the gambit between perfumes like Bon Depart, which is sort of animalic floral, to Jules et Jim, which I mentioned earlier in the review, which is sort of a contemporary fougere. So, how else to end a review like this other than to say, au revoir les enfants?